How's it going, boys and girls? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. So in the last episode, we got to meet a few of our classmates. It was our first day of school, really. We met Shizune, who uses sign language to communicate, which is quite interesting because she is deaf, and she has an interpreter, Misha. So we met two classmates, and then we also met Kenji, who is not a classmate of ours, I believe, but someone who lives right next to us in the dorms, from what I understand, which is also very interesting, but really weird. He is a strange character from what I can tell so far. But we're still in the early goings of this visual novel. We have a lot more to do. We are in small talk. I guess before we were in the nursery. And we've put in about an hour of playtime, which is fantastic. I'm all about that progression. So we left off pretty much, going to sleep. We wake up. That is what usually happens when you go to sleep. You eventually wake up, or at least that's what you hope for. So that is where we are now. I also turned off the mouse pointer because that actually gets in the way whenever I'm trying to find a screenshot or clip or whatever you want to call it for a thumbnail. So, and also I feel like it's just a straight up annoyance. So I removed that. If you guys want it back, I guess let me know. I feel like it's nothing too important. The only reason it's there is because I have OBS Studio running instead of DxTory. DxTory, I believe that's off on default, or at least I turned it off like a year ago, and that's pretty much my default now. But whatever, enough rambling. Let's get back into the juicy shit. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. What? This is my room, isn't it? I'm not sure if that was an I or an exclamation mark. I'm not exactly sure what that was. My room. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. We're already popping pills. I down them with a caser, whatever the hell that word is, of water, without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. I've never had to wear a uniform, or a school uniform, I should say. I've had to wear, athletic uniforms for sports and such back in middle school, but nothing of this sort, so I guess I really don't get the feeling. It feels like a school uniform as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I was about to say, the people are probably the only thing that really makes it different, especially with the facilities that are here for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here? Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. I hope we get the choice to join a club. Feel like that'll be a great deciding factor as to where we go later on in this game. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Alright. Alright, what an expression. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Not really sure what I just read, but whatever. Haha, sorry, Shi-chan. That's right, we have these stupid-ass nicknames that I just oh so love. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hee-chan. Wait, she is deaf, right? Or did I get information wrong? Is it that she just can't speak, or is she, like, full-on deaf? I'm not exactly sure what the deal is here. I feel like I'm being an absolute dumbass by not actually knowing already. But my memory is terrible, so... yeah. How does she know what we're saying if she's deaf? Is it lip reading? Or did we write the question down? I'm not exactly sure what is going on here, but whatever. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are school events like the festival coming up in a few days. Of course there's a festival coming up. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Of course we're gonna have to help out. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Haha! I don't know, Hee-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Huh? Oh. Who cares? I'm not following this dialogue anymore. Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now, it's about delicious... Oh, sorry. It's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. Haha. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Hee-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hee-chan? Is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Oh, well, I guess there goes that plan. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Haha! Okay, Hee-chan! Perfect! I am not as enthusiastic as that character. The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is, Hichan. Impossible. Really? Really? I've noticed this before. But it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, yeah, that's gotta be a confusing thing. I've never actually spoken to someone who relies on an interpreter through sign language, so, or pretty much anything in general. Because even if it's like Spanish to English or English to Spanish or whatever the fuck, like, I would probably be looking at the interpreter speaking English to me after the person who only speaks Spanish has spoken the Spanish to the interpreter, but is in a way talking to me. It's a confusing triangle, alright? Shizune can't hear me. Okay, she's deaf, alright? I got that right. I just feel like that was not right. But that's just me being dumb. Sorry about that. Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me, as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hichan? Very sure. Haha, you're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahaha! I am really tired of her laughing. Because me trying to do an unenthusiastic laugh it makes me feel terrible. Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Beautiful painting. I'll stop pointing it out, I'm sorry. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with him. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? Haha, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there is a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. A lovely cafeteria. Such a big-ass cafeteria, too. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So Hichan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shichan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she is about to deliver a speech. Hichan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There is a book club, right, Shichan? Right, but it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hichan. It's a really popular club. Well, I guess when it comes to a school for the disabled and you can't really move around a lot, I guess reading is one of those things that are simple to do. Plus, reading clubs are really common in schools, to be honest. Or book clubs, or whatever. Okay. But more to the point, Hichan, does that mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great. That's great, Hichan. Really great. Haha. Why is it so great? No reason. I don't know if this is Shizune I'm talking to or just Misha. I want to say this is Misha just being an energetic person, voicing some words from Shizune. I feel like Shizune would be the quiet type if she could speak. But that's just me. Well, Hee-chan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. It was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha's laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Haha, right. Hee-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely, you should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Haha, of course! We're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you... Man, what a run-on sentence. So you're admitting that... No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course, it would be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hee-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan? I can't tell if she is being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan. We don't even get to decide. We don't have time. It's just gonna be done for us. All right. But no. See, Shi-chan? Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owes me candy now. We're betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Haha, that's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal. Which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up, and I'll be at a clear disadvantage. So I will have to decline. Hee-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us, and that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. Yeah, tell me about it. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Man, they are really trying to pull all the strings here. No! How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. Yeah. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hee-chan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shi-chan. Waha! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. I don't remember if I've seen this in high school, and I feel like if I did, that's pretty embarrassing. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Haha, yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hee-chan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world, with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Oh, really, Hichan? We can... fuck. I hit the damn table. We can play chess for fun, Hichan. Hichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Haha, we were tricked. I grimaced to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we go back to class. That was quite whoa! Sorry, I was trying to get a drink of water and not make it conspicuous or weird, but I'm pretty sure it was. There's like no spot for me to like take a drink here, and my mouth gets so dry and it gets hard to speak. It's a problem I have when it comes to these sorts of visual novels where, you know, there are no voice actings and I have to just keep talking for 30 minutes straight. It is a absolute chore. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice. Or if they do, no one says anything. I wanted to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. Haha, what's wrong, Hichan? That's right. We're just gonna go play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. What's going on here? Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What, that's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem like a little silly? That's not true, Hichan. Shichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerfully. I don't know what that means. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Ooh, this is a cool looking room. Shizune opens the door to the student room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old-school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something, but the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? Nope. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hichan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Haha, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. I wonder who will win this game. Halfway into the game, man, this is some energetic music for a board game. Alright. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hichan, Shichan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shichan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. Ooh. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of the game. And anyway, no. Shichan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Haha! You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. That's interesting. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait. Please slow down, Shichan. Hichan. Shichan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. What the hell? Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Alright. She has a point. Attack aggressively. It's a trap. It's smarter to play defensively here. I want to make this choice before we end today's episode. I want to make some sort of choice here. I'll save the game. Like last time. I'll save it. Save it onto this one. Hopefully there's nothing there and all is good. And then I'll make a new file. I wonder how many files I can even have. Who knows? So, she has a point. Attack aggressively. It's a trap. It's smarter to play defensively here. You know what? I am going to be on the defense because I don't want to lose. I got to play defensively. It's likely that she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense set up, and I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. Oh. Well, that happened fast. I guess I won't go back on my word. I mean, this is just a blind playthrough, alright? That's the choice I made. You can't reverse in real life. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. Wahahaha! Hichan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, Shichan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5-army bonus, but you can attack it from 3 fronts. But you can attack it from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. Alright. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hichan? Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition, ambition. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hichan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan. God damn, I really made a bad choice. Fuck. I mean, I feel like we would have gotten the same sort of result if we attacked, but who knows? Damn, what's it to her if I played too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. I wonder if you'd be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. Giving up just like that? I expected more of you. Yeah, it is reverse psychology. Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the other clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah, I'm not sure that I want to. Aww. Okay, Hichan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Haha! Surely you are not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game you know then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Aw, that's cold, Hichan. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Hichan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Alright, yeah, we'll end it there, because we have spent too much time playing this this lovely game. I believe we're still on oh no, we're done with Risk versus Reward. We're on Sweeto Tea Cozy. Lovely. I wonder what that entails. Guess we'll find out next time. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Katawa Shoujo. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more. That is a different painting on the wall than the last one I saw. Does it change every time? Does it? I feel like there's something to do with this painting. Something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this as to why I'm keeping up with it and recording these episodes every day, and hopefully I don't burn out too early, but I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm really interested in seeing what this really has to offer. But so far, so good. This shit's great. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.